Let's look at another example of a static dashboard. I'm currently focused on my network, and I'm looking at the summary dashboard. In previous examples, we've actually created a dashboard that's focused on one of our locations, and in this case it's New York. Each dashlet is using a fixed object and is focused on a specific view. And in the case of this dashboard, they're each focused on the New York headquarters view. What I'd like to do, because I've got a New York location, I've also got a Florida location, is create a dashboard that is focused on the East Coast. I've created that, and let's take a look at it. I've got a number of dashlets set up in this dashboard. Each one of these dashlets is focused on a different fixed object. In this case, I'm looking at an East Coast view that includes any type of issues and incidents for any devices in either location. I've got dashlets that look at topology both for Florida and New York. Correspondingly, I've got device status dashlets that are set up to look at any device issues for each location. And I've actually taken this a step further to look at the routers in each location and use a chart dashlet to look at the CPU utilization over time. Let's take a look at how I did that. So if I go into the edit dialog here and take a look at the settings for each dashlet, you can see that this is pretty straightforward. I've got a fixed object and I'm focused on a view. Same type of thing with the map dashlet here, where I'm focused on a different view because I'm focused on New York, and I did the same thing for Florida. With the device status dashlet, I did the same type of thing, looking at the fixed object, and I'm focused on a specific view. What I did a little bit differently is for this chart dashlet, I'm actually trying to focus on a specific device. So if I look at the settings for this, you can see I'm still using a fixed object, but I'm actually picking a device instead of a view. So you're not limited to the objects that you're using as a fixed object. And in my case, I'm actually using that device. Because it's a chart, I can add time series data in as a time series element into the chart, and I'm using CPU utilization here. I've done the same thing for the New York router, and if I take a look at this as a preview, you can see that I've got a nice roll-up of open incidents and open events that are happening in both New York and Florida. I've got access to the Florida and New York topology and device status, and I'm looking at an up-to-date view of the CPU utilization for each router. This is an important concept to leverage because you can use this to focus on any combination of both locations, devices, or components that you need to for a fixed static dashboard.